What's up, everyone? Welcome back. This is Fantasy Football Office Hours presented by Front Yard Fantasy. We are here to answer any and all of your questions you may have for the Front Yard Fantasy crew, whether it's week one matchups, season-long trade questions, dynasty cuts, or you just want to know a little bit more about Josh's daily morning routine. You can answer those.
Yep, anything. It's all pregame.
It's pretty boring, so you don't need to know about that.
He's been going to the gym.
I have been going to the gym in the morning.
Why do all my players keep getting hurt? I'll hang up and listen.
Because you've been a very bad boy.
What if we answered every question on the stream like that? Burrow or Lawrence in Dynasty? Well, Burrow's been a naughty boy, so Lawrence probably. Just kidding.
Oh, wait, no, he's been a bad boy too.
Josh, do you have an opinion on this one?
No, these guys are neck and neck when it comes to dynasty leagues. I actually lean Trevor Lawrence in dynasty. I think Joe Burrow, he's got better weapons. It is set up for success for him in Cincinnati, but I am nervous about now he's got this injury. Let's see if he puts it all together this year. I think I'd lean Trevor Lawrence.
John Luke?
Yeah, it's close for me. Omniscient voice. It's definitely close. I'm a little biased here. I have seen Trevor play much more than Joe Burrow throughout his college career and stuff, and so I just a little bit more bullish. But I think they're similar talents. I think you could make the argument for Joe Burrow just in the sake of like his team in the next few years is probably going to help your dynasty team a little bit more. But I also think that Trevor's going to be pretty relevant, valuable, even being on a bad offense. So pretty even. I don't know. That probably doesn't help too much.
I'm going Lawrence.
I mean, they're neck and neck.
Well. Yeah, I like the upside a bit more for Lawrence. And just if like you're tied, something that can be a tiebreaker is one of these quarterbacks actually has some rushing upside. Not like we're not talking like a Cam Newton or a Lamar Jackson type upside, but Trevor Lawrence, you watch his college tape, he's a runner. He can run the ball, and I think they will utilize him in that way. So we all know rushing is the secret it's a secret cheat code in fantasy football for quarterbacks, and Lawrence has that upside more so than Burrow. But I don't
think anyone brought it up yet. Trevor Lawrence, he's 21 years old, while Joe Burrow is 24 years old. That doesn't mean a ton here. I mean, but
I didn't know that they had 3 years difference.
Yeah. That's it can be significant. And I think it shows Trevor Lawrence has a lot of room to grow as he ages.
Yeah. But yeah, dynasty, I'm not looking like 18 years ahead. So there's only so much edge that gives, but definitely something to consider.
Yeah. So, I mean,
we got another
redraft league. I would go Joe Burrow, though.
Redraft, you said?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
I do expect a slightly better year on Joe Burrow this year.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Redraft, I would take Burrow as well, but I'm taking Lawrence in Dynasty all day, but no shame if you go the other way. Eagle Dan FF wants to know realistic expectations for Amon-Ra St. Brown this year. Do either of you guys have a strong opinion on reasonable expectations for this player?
Reasonable expectations. If you're optimistic about him, maybe he opts into the top 35 wide receivers, but that's uber optimistic in my mind. Realistic expectations are like a good year is in the top. Great dynasty asset. Yeah, not a good dynasty asset. No, I mean, not a good fantasy asset this year. Yeah, I'm hanging on to him for dynasty purposes.
Yeah, I was looking at the Detroit Lions stats from last year, just wondering like how the receiving work broke down in that offense last year. We had Marvin Jones with 115 targets, Hawkinson with 101, and then Danny Amendola with 69 as the third target on that team. I think best case scenario, Amon-Ra's the third target, right? Like that's
I don't know if that's best case scenario. I could see him becoming the main target, but even being the main target on this team, like, I don't know if that's going to lead to a ton of fantasy success, and it's not going to be consistent. Even if
there's so many holes in that offense, and we got to remember that most rookie wide receivers are not going to pan out their first year. It's going to take a little bit, and I think that Amon-Ra St. Brown is definitely talented, but I don't know that this is the system that's going to be like super conducive to a great rookie year. Now, you can make the argument on competition alone. I believe they cut Rashad Perriman, didn't they? I was just thinking about this before because I have him in Scott Fishbowl. which is interesting.
Yeah, they definitely signed him. I mean, they definitely cut him.
I could see maybe stashing him and then just seeing like how it plays out the first few weeks and dropping him if he does nothing. But apart from that, I'm not going to roster him. Not in redraft anyway.
According to our lads, can you guys name the 2 starting wide receivers for the Detroit Lions?
Terrace Marshall. I mean,
what? You threw me in such a loop.
I'm so
there.
sorry, Josh. That is incorrect.
Tyrell Williams.
Tyrell Williams. Man, I am going insane over here. But Tyrell Williams and Quintez Cephas?
Nope. It is Jail. You have a guess?
No.
Khalif Raymond.
Khalif Raymond. Okay.
Of course.
Khalif Raymond is the other starter. Then Quintez Cephas, Tom Kennedy, and then we get down to Amon-Ra St. Brown on the depth chart right there with Trinity Benson.
I will never.
Or Terrace Marshall's not on there.
Terrace Marshall's definitely not on that team. Simon, I hope you know every single time I hear the name Quintez Cephas, I think of you and how you dirty rotten boy convinced me to drop him for roster cuts before last season and then immediately picked him up. You dirty rat.
Okay, well, Jail.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
No, it could be a genuine helping you. That could have been the worst player on your roster, and I could have had an empty roster spot, and that was the best player available to pick up.
The betrayal. I can't hear you.
If it makes you feel better, Jail, roster cuts just happened right now for that same league, and I dropped Quintez Cephas. He is off my team. I had to do it.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, gotta go get him real quick. Jail wants to know, how does Simon feel about Amari Cooper in Dynasty? I'm excited. I still believe in the talent. He's young enough that he should be relevant for a couple more years. He's with the Cowboys now, but I know they do have an out after next season, I believe, in that contract. So we'll see how that plays out. But he's a talented enough wide receiver that I think he can find success on another team. It's probably a top 15 dynasty wide receiver for me. Amari Cooper is. That's where I have him. Craig has a question. Contender and Superflex league. Josh, 12-team, 55-man rosters.
Wow.
I have Watson, Rodgers, Kyler, Tyrod, Heineke, and J-Love. Do you think I need to make a move or stay with what I have?
Yeah. It's scary having Watson, Rodgers. I mean, I think you're fine. You got Tyrod. You got 3 starting quarterbacks. That's what you're looking for, right? Especially in a 12-man league. So, what move needs to be happening.
Yeah, I don't know what type of move you would make. You could sell Kyler high. Maybe you could make that argument, but at that point, you're probably not improving your QB situation unless you're making that move for more depth. Watson, I fully expect to be playing in the NFL again after all this stuff is over. I don't think that this is likely going to end his career fully, and so I think that it doesn't really make sense to trade him. Just hold on at this point in Dynasty. And then the other guys, it's a 12-team league, so it's normal 55-man rosters. Yeah, at that point, like I think you're fine. You can roll with Rodgers and Kyler. Maybe see if someone wants Rodgers. I think that would be the only move I might be looking for. You can maybe package Rodgers and Jordan Love for maybe some
Zach
like
Wilson.
Sure, Zach. Yeah, someone in those middle round, those middle round quarterbacks who might not have an MVP season but will be better for Dynasty. Did he say?
Yeah, but he's a contender. He's a contender, guys.
Keep
so
Rodgers.
Then probably not. Yeah, then I'm probably
then after this season, try to flip Rodgers for Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I don't want to sell Watson right now whatsoever. I think, like JL said, he's going to play again, and once he plays again, he's going to go back to peak value. But you're a contender. If someone realizes that he will eventually have a lot more value, and you're able to get something kind of close to it, maybe it puts you into a shot at getting the championship. It's worth it.
Let's say Rodgers goes down. It's one of the last weeks for a trade. Would you trade Deshaun Watson for Derek Carr in this league?
No.
Rodgers goes down. You are going to the playoffs.
You're going to the playoffs? Like, you're already in the playoffs?
Yeah. You're in the playoffs. You're going for that title. Do you trade Deshaun Watson? Where's that line for you?
Jordan Love. He's got Jordan Love, so.
Oh, yeah.
I just roll with Jordan Love at that point. And
Kyler goes down.
Just roll with Jordan Love.
Yeah. Let's move on to Josh. What do you think? Where's that line? Derek Carr's about where that line is for me. It might be maybe a quarterback or two higher, but
yeah, I would much rather get some younger quarterback. And throughout the season, we're gonna figure out a lot of these guys' values, like Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, guys like that. So let's see where we are, right?
Here we go. Jay has a question for us. Flex starter PPR, Mike Davis or Visca?
That's an interesting one.
John Luke, where are you going here?
What's the line on the Falcons game? Looks like a -3.5. Over under at 48. It's a home game. I might go Visca for the upside. This is going to depend on what your opponent's team looks like. If your opponent's team is looking like it's a little bit better than yours and you need that higher upside to play, I might roll with Visca. I think Mike Davis is probably the safer play here this weekend, though.
Josh?
Yeah, JL summed it up. Mike Davis is definitely the safer play. Wayne Gallman isn't going to be fully implemented in that offense, I would assume. And Mike Davis is going to get a lot of work. They're playing Philadelphia while Visca's playing Houston. In a full point PPR league, I would be really tempted to start Chenault. I think he's going to have a fantastic week. I guess I do kind of lean Davis. I think he's the safer option, but I like Visca.
You did include him on your sleepers in our latest week 1 sleepers video.
He's going to go off, guys. He's going to have like 7 catches week 1. Let's see if that translates into yards and touchdowns. And if it does, he's going to have a better week than Mike Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm split on that one, but I think I would go Mike Davis higher up unless you need that upside. Like if you really feel like you drafted a horrible team and you need that upside, go LaVisca. If your opponent just has a beast. Jared said, what are your office hours? It's not on the syllabus. Yeah, we're paperless.
You have the updated syllabus. You might have it from last semester.
Exactly. Check your Blackboard account for the updated virtual syllabus. No. There's no paper. No paper in this class. We're paperless. We are on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:15 Eastern time is when office hours starts. I don't know. What are we doing? 4:15 to 4:45 or just
roughly after our stream,
roughly after the stream.
Yeah, it'll probably be 4:15, maybe a little earlier some days. It's casual. We're just here to answer your guys' questions, especially if we can't get to them during the show because we're playing games and then we have a guest. We're not gonna be able to get to every question during the season, so that's what this is for: is to get any questions out and hang out and talk some fantasy.
Exactly.
Give it all you got. Nico has a question for us: flex Zeke or Amari Cooper? Zeke.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't have to spend too much time on that.
Devonta Smith or AB in the other PPR league. I'm going Antonio Brown here. With the matchup they have against the Dallas Cowboys, I expect it to be high scoring. And I like AB's a little bit more proven in that offense and has the chemistry with Tom Brady. Devonta Smith has the upside, but AB's got upside week 1 as well in this matchup. So I'm going Antonio Brown. And just so you know, Nico, the vast majority of my start-sit decisions this week are, do I start Antonio Brown? Like, I'm sitting there staring at him compared to other guys. Like, this sounds crazy.
It's been the most common.
DJ Moore, Antonio Brown or DJ Moore this week. Antonio Brown or Devonta Smith. That's a great one. Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham Jr. Like, who am I putting in my lineup this week? Here, I'm going AB. John Luke, what about you?
Yeah, I'll give the slight edge to AB. It is close, but he's playing the Cowboys tonight, and the Cowboys secondary is not good. Shout out Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Diggs' brother is on that team, but does not impact my opinion of them at all. They're still a very bad defense, especially for wide receivers. The secondary is not great. The over/under on this game is set at 51.5, which is pretty high, and the line for the Bucks is -8.5, which is good. I feel like AB just has a lot more going for him this week. I'm a little bit more confident. I did include Devonta Smith as one of my sleepers in that week 1 sleepers video that just came out yesterday. And so I think you can play him, but if I had to choose between these two guys, I'm probably going to go with AB.
I agree with you guys, AB.
Man, we're agreeing too much so far.
I know. Smith's a rookie. I want to see it first. I do expect a really good season from him, but I also expect a really good season from Brown. So, AB.
We got another question from W. Will. Here's my dilemma right now, probably all season. Ayuk Henderson or Tyson Williams at flex.
Ooh,
Josh, where are you going on this one?
Oh, my Lord.
Tyson Williams makes it interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely not Williams, to be honest with you. We got to see how that Ravens backfield breaks down first. He's probably going to be the most involved running back for the Ravens week 1, though. So the question is really Ayuk or Henderson.
It's a PPR.
Regardless, I lean Ayuk. I would have to go Ayuk. I do think Henderson is primed to be the lead ball carrier for that offense, but Ayuk just has too much upside, and they're playing Detroit.
That makes it. It's very, very clearly Ayuk for me for that exact reason. Detroit is not going to be a tough matchup for Ayuk. The line on this game is at -8 for San Francisco, which again is good. You want players in offenses that are going to win.
Raheem Mosterts this week. Start your Raheem Mosterts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With a line like that, like, oh good God, Andy's healthy because it's week 1. You know what? I say that, taking that for granted. Sorry, Gus Edwards. Man, I'm so sad about that.
I will mention Henderson's playing Chicago, who had a pretty poor defense last year. I actually am pretty close between Ayuk and Henderson personally, but it's Ayuk. It's Ayuk.
I want to see what that backfield looks like with the addition of Sony Michel now. Like, I want to see what their plan is. Like, I'm still projecting Henderson as the primary ball carrier, but I'm not convinced. I won't be shocked if it's Sony Michel. Maybe week 1, but I'm not going to be shocked.
I would be shocked. That would be wild.
Z2 says PPR flex, Robbie Anderson or T. Higgins. John Luke, what do you think?
Let me pull up the lines on this game real quick before I answer this.
Well, I'll give you guys an answer. It's T. Higgins for me. I just think he has more upside. I want to see Robbie Anderson with Sam Darnold and see kind of what that connection looks like. I think T. Higgins is the number 1 receiver for the Bengals, while I still lean DJ Moore for the Panthers. So I like T. Higgins in the matchup against Minnesota.
Yeah, I put out a video recently on the Panthers offense, and I do think that Terrace Marshall is going to get involved here. I think there's going to be a lot of short to mid-range passes, passing opportunities, receiving opportunities for those receivers. I'm a little bit more bullish on T. Higgins this week. It is close. They're not favored, and so hopefully the game script will go T. Higgins' way. The Carolina's playing the Jets. They are favored, so it might not go as much Robbie Anderson way. And like Josh said, the competition, it might just not pan out.
There's competition on both sides.
There's competition in both sides. Yes.
But T. Higgins, in my mind, is the number 1 receiver for the Bengals.
And it's a good matchup. Good matchup. Minnesota's secondary is not very good.
Yeah.
Agreed. Prithvish, did you guys hear the Ravens news?
Yes.
We heard it. We heard it.
Freaking heard it. I want to unhear it.
Tim wants to know Lenny or Fournette.
Definitely Lenny.
But then he said, oops.
Neither.
Though that's an interesting one. How about
I love Lenny, that it was a genuine accident. Like he didn't mean to.
Lenny
when
or
I think
Sermon?
Lenny, I think playoff Lenny, who freaking is a monster. And then when I think Fournette, I'm like, yeah, he's got to get a lot of carries to be successful.
So for this one, they're both in crowded backfields. And I'm going to go with the one that I think has more perceived upside here in this matchup. I'm going to go with Trey Sermon. I said earlier, start your Raheem Mosterts. I believe Raheem Mostert's going to get the lion's share of the work there. But with both of these guys, we're not even sure what their volume is going to look like, right? Like we expect Ronald Jones to be the starter. We expect Mostert to be the starter. So if these are your 2 options, give me the upside of that 49ers run game in that game, like in that match. That's a solid matchup for them. And I'll go Trey Sermon, but it is, man, this one's gross, Tim. I'm sorry you're making that decision.
It's so gross. This is so gross.
What about you guys?
It's a 50. I'm going Leonard Fournette just because let's just say I think there's more of a world where they're like, oh, playoff Lenny, let's just plug him in there and let him destroy the Cowboys defense tonight, right? I just think there's a world. I'm not a big Leonard Fournette fan. I'd rather have Trey Sermon on my fantasy team, but week 1, I would throw Fournette into my lineup.
Yeah, I think I'm with Josh on this one, but I agree with both of you guys. I do agree with Simon that the upside could be worth it for Trey Sermon.
You're right.
Here. That might just give me the edge, but also I don't know. I like the idea of watching Leonard Fournette tonight, big primetime game, and maybe he shows out.
Maybe he does.
Yeah.
Also, we had some news in here. 2 people have said it now, so I just want to throw it up here. TJ Watt just signed a 4-year extension worth more than $112 million, $80 million fully guaranteed. Congrats, TJ. Much deserved. That is
Why are you doing your
Steelers.
evil sneaky laugh?
Well,
Josh?
TJ Watt's awesome. Like I'm glad he's locked up with the Steelers, but the Steelers, they spent a lot of money now. You know what I'm saying? So
They have.
less money to spend other places, and they're gonna need that money going forward. Let me tell you guys.
Anthony saying he's so disillusioned by this Gus news. Me too, man. It threw me off on the stream. Just absolutely threw me off. So I'm saying, who should I start in flex? Just picked up Tyson Williams, Marvin Jones, Pittman, or Elijah Moore. This is an easy one for me, and I think you guys might disagree. I'm going Marvin Jones. I'm going with Marvin Jones against the Texans. Like Josh said earlier, talking about Visca, those points still up. And the outside secondary, the outside corners for the Texans are absolutely abysmal, just like completely abysmal. So that's where Jones makes his money. That's where he's going to be used. And I think he's going to have a good week 1. What about you guys? Who are you starting?
Jail's hiding, so I'll take that. It's definitely between Marvin Jones and Pittman for me. 100% between Marvin Jones and Pittman. I would start Pittman. I've been kind of thinking it and saying it all offseason. I think Pittman's going to take over as the leading wide receiver for the Colts. I'm excited for Pittman's season. I do have a lot of excitement for Marvin Jones, too. I think he's in a better matchup. But I'll go Pittman. I would put Pittman in my lineup over Marvin Jones.
Yep,
John Luke, we've got 1 Pittman, 1 Jones. Oh,
Pittman.
2 Pittman. Well, so
They're close, though. They're close.
I'm the 3rd man out for 2 questions in a row. I said Sermon and I said Jones, but these guys are on Pittman and Fournette. Jason, I think JL is the Ravens' curse. Yeah.
It's JL's
for
fault.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah. Ever since you wore that shirt, Gus Edwards got hurt. So
ever since I wore that
shirt. Someone said, can't believe I have J.K. Dobbins and Gus and both got injured. Yeah, that is horrible luck.
You and me both, Swamp. Believe me, I had plenty of both of these guys across my 20 fantasy leagues or whatever I'm in.
Rendon Dye wants to know, should I drop Jamal Williams for Tyson Williams? It is a 10-team league, and I do have Swift.
Jamal Williams is definitely the guy you would have to drop.
These are the decisions I don't miss about fantasy football, like staring at your bench, trying to decide.
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like you're saying you're retired. I don't miss this.
Yeah, back in the day when I had to make these decisions.
Yeah.
I hate making this decision for someone else, but yeah, I think I might do that. No, I like Jamal Williams. I think he has a shot, but Tyson Williams, I mean, with the Ravens don't have a running back right now, and whoever it is, whoever earns this role.
Bell.
Yeah.
If it's someone else other than Jamal Williams, it might be on the table for me, but he's just got too much upside in that offense. I would rather have Jamal Williams based off what we know now, right?
Which offense.
I know, but I don't think. First of all, I don't think the Ravens are just going to stick with Tyson Williams. I don't think they're going to
someone else.
And they never have just given the workload to one running back. They spread it around. We've been saying that with Gus Edwards talking. I can't imagine Tyson Williams becomes the only guy, even maybe the main guy here in this Ravens offense. I think that they'll work these other guys into it, and it'll be more of an even split. Would be my guess.
The Lions just give Jamal Williams to the Ravens. Like,
that would
we
be
would really like
better.
him
Yeah,
right
that
now.
would be a much better solution.
I would be starting Jamal Williams all day.
I think I'm with you guys. I'm keeping Jamal Williams. Or Josh, I don't think you said for sure, but man, it is close. It is.
Can I just keep going without saying for sure?
Yeah, 100%. We can go to the next question.
I want to grab Tyson Williams. I want him on my team.
Yeah, no, he's definitely worth a pickup for sure. Tim said Mark Andrews to the moon. I don't think that this really helps Mark Andrews at all. Honestly, I think that if anything, it's going to close up the offense. They're going to have less options. And really, I don't think, Gus Edwards was that much of was going to take a lot of the receiving work from Mark Andrews. So I don't know that it helps him much at all here. If anything, it probably hurts.
It probably slows down the offense a little bit. It probably hurts the offense as a whole, which hurts Mark Andrews.
They can shut down Mark Andrews, where then it's just going to be Lamar running. So it's just 2 elements of the offense they have to stop.
Yeah. Luckily, Hollywood Brown's back. He's got to spread the offense out, spread the defenses out a little bit. He's going to give defenses something to worry about for sure.
Okay, Moist Avocado 99. First of all, how dare
What's up,
you?
Moist Avocado?
I love that name. That
That's
is a great
gross.
Such a good name. Such a good
Fantastic.
name.
What's the
name.
play for me at flex? Mostert or Cup? That is a tough one. Josh, John Luke, do either of you guys have a strong opinion right off the back? Which of these guys you're starting?
It's Cup in a PPR league. If it's a standard league, that's the only place I'm considering Mostert.
Yeah, it's Cup for me too.
Mostert has probably slightly more upside. I really am excited for him, but you gotta, man, this is a good problem to have.
Yeah, I'm fine playing either of these guys, but if I have to choose, it's going to be Cooper Kupp, and like Josh said, especially in a PPR, that even solidifies it.
In a standard, I'm going Mostert.
What about
if
half?
It's PPR
Josh?
Cup, standard Mostert.
Even
half. It has to be that.
Half, I think I'm going Mostert. I think that's where the line is for me, is half PPR. Like half PPR, I'll go Mostert. Full PPR, I'm going Cup for sure.
Yeah, it gets real close for me and have it. So take that for what it's worth.
Rendon said he can drop Michael Carter instead of Jamal Williams. No.
Pick another player. Keep going.
Clamped X has
I'll drop Michael Carter over Jamal Williams. We don't know what Michael Carter is going to be. I like having Michael Carter on my bench, but things aren't looking good for him, guys.
Yeah, I don't know if I would drop
him.
Oh God, maybe I don't know. That is
I drop him over Jamal Williams.
You know what? Josh,
would you drop
sounds crazy, but I think you're right. I think I would drop Michael Carter over Jamal Williams.
I don't know.
I agree with that, but I don't know if I would drop Michael Carter for Tyson Williams. I agree with you guys on the Jamal Williams.
Why are you making us think about these things?
We have made a mistake.
Yeah, I would.
Man, that's close.
I know you got like a Christian Kirk or something on your team. Keep going. We'll find someone.
Jacoby Myers. Come on. Drop Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby, I'm a little interested in.
Clamped EZ says, who should my RB1 and 2 be this week? CEH, Gaskin, Josh Jacobs, Daryl Henderson, and Swift are the options.
CEH and Swift.
And we don't know it's PPR or not.
No, we do not.
Swift raises in a PPR, but all these guys are good PPR running backs. Josh Jacobs has a little bit of a injury he might be dealing with right now. I saw he's questionable, but even so, it's definitely CEH and Swift. I think in any format.
I'm tempted to start Gaskin over Swift. It's CEH for sure for me.
Gaskin, the guy you guys didn't want to draft last night in our draft, and
we had too many running backs, Josh.
I stand by it. I wouldn't start Gaskin either.
No, I love Gaskin. I think he's gonna have a great week, but I'll go Swift over Gaskin.
Yeah, I think it's close between Gaskin and Swift for me, but it's CEH for sure, and then Gaskin or Swift, leaning Swift in my mind. John Luke, what about you?
Oh God. Josh Jacobs, Daryl Henderson, and DeAndre Swift are all super close for me this week. CEH is like my definite one I'm picking out of here. Then between the three of them, honestly, I don't have a super strong opinion. I think Josh Jacobs could be interesting. He's going against Baltimore, which is not as interesting. Daryl Henderson, we already talked about him a little bit, going against Chicago, and Swift against San Francisco. I might just go Swift for upside, honestly. I might agree with Josh, but I'm okay with either three of those options as your second running back here.
I think Simon said the same too, guys. I think we're all in the CEH Swift then.
So,
hey, we're on the same page. Let's go, guys.
And I'm putting this one up because I think it's going to be an easy consensus one for us. Then we can get to the defense question.
Obviously, Marquise Brown.
Cooper Kupp. It is Cooper Kupp.
It's definitely Cooper Kupp.
It's
definitely Cooper Kupp. Marquise Brown, by the way, though, watch out. You're gonna be one of the starters.
Never see him coming.
I'm telling you guys. You won't, because he's quick. He's a quick guy.
Breck PF said, should I pick up a defense from the waiver wire like New England, Carolina, Jacks, etc.? I currently have Indianapolis D, but IDK how they'll do against Seattle.
New England's playing Miami, and I think New England's defense is going to be fantastic. I would be starting New England's defense over Indy's defense.
I agree with you.
It's not so far off, but I would prefer New England for sure.
I agree.
I think
New England as well.
I think New England's the best option out of the ones you listed.
I think New England's going to be a good defense all year, by the way. I mean,
they got a lot of people back.
Matchups. Exactly.
Yeah.
and we know the coaching's good there.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you guys one of my start sit questions while we're waiting for a
Please
second
do.
that I've been
Please do.
toiling over back and forth? I'm just
Great
Yeah.
question
not
so far, by
sure
the way.
what
Keep 'em
I
coming.
want to
Oh,
do
fantastic.
here. So we've got DJ Moore playing against the Jets, right? But I'm tempted to start Antonio Brown tonight against that Dallas secondary over DJ Moore. My other receivers are Devontae Adams and Terry McLaurin, both of which I think I want to start. The question is between DJ Moore and Antonio for me. I currently
PPR?
have Antonio Brown PPR in my lineup.
It's DJ
No, it's
Moore
half
for me.
PPR. Sorry. This is half PPR.
It's DJ Moore.
It's DJ Moore.
You
Am I
drafted
getting too
him to
cute?
be in your
I'm
starting
getting too
lineup.
cute.
You know,
This is a
I
dynasty
think you're probably
league.
getting a little cute. A little cute.
Yeah. This is me trying to be cute week one.
I completely agree with Josh. It's
Thank
gotta
you
be
guys.
DJ Moore.
You know what? I needed you guys to talk me off that ledge because I was sitting there just thinking, like, can I really start Antonio Brown over this player? But thank you.
Now, is
I
it
need that affirmation.
like make that decision? No, I think there's obviously a world where Antonio Brown lights it up week one. You know, it's a primetime game. DJ Moore, we never seen him with Sam Darnold, but I think good things are going to happen
in a regular season.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with Josh's assessment here. Is that I think Antonio Brown. This is why he was such a best ball darling, right? It's like any given week he can have that connection with Tom and just go off and grab one of those long touchdowns. So I'm totally cool with I would much rather play DJ Moore here. Like Josh said, it's where you got him, right? That's what you have him on your team. I'm not going to bench him.
Makes sense. I agree with you guys. That's the right decision. I think I was just trying to get cute.
A little too cute. A little too cute. I don't know.
Is this the same question? The same?
Yeah.
I think he wants us to answer. I feel like we didn't give him like straight enough answer. He's like, so am I doing it, guys?
It's a 10-team league.
I drop Michael Carter. Even if Michael Carter gets the full workload with the New York Jets, I'm not excited about it. Whereas if Jamal Williams got the full workload with the Detroit Lions, I'd be a bit more excited about it. I would drop Michael Carter over Jamal Williams. If you're set on picking up Tyson Williams, I would drop Michael Carter first.
Freeman was signed with the Ravens?
Hey, I think that's better than Latavius Murray being signed with the Ravens.
In what way?
I think Latavius would threaten that role more than Devonta Freeman would.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Tyson Williams.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like for Baltimore, for Tyson.
I took it a different way.
For Tyson Williams, it is better.
Yeah, I'm not nervous about Devonta Freeman very much. But hey, who knows? I mean, it's anyone's job at this point. Any of these guys could be it. And whoever it is going to be fantasy successful. That's why I'm okay with dropping Michael Carter, even if he does winning that starting job with the Jets. What does that mean? Like,
wouldn't you rather take a shot on the Ravens back that could win it than on the Jets back that could win the job?
I do wish there was more clarity, though. I do.
Yeah.
I would typically it's something like where we're dealing with a situation where a player got injured, and so there's going to be like a heavy upswing of people trying to get Tyson Williams, but there's a reason for that, right? We're like trying to fill in the gap and saying, okay, well, who's going to get the work share there? And while Tyson Williams does make sense because he's on the team and he's the only one like left apart from the newly signed Le'Veon Bell and Devonta Freeman. Did we corroborate that Freeman was signed?
Night. Well, two people came in and said it now.
So and then Anthony said, so we'll assume that it's true. Then I would probably rather stick with Michael Carter and Jamal Williams at this point, just because we just don't know. There's so much uncertainty that I would rather just miss on Tyson Williams than make a rash decision, pick him up, drop Jamal Williams and Michael Carter, and then they go off.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I'll take the shot on Tyson Williams and drop Michael Carter, but I hear your logic, Jail, and I think that's totally fair. I'll take that shot at the Ravens running back in my mind. Yeah,
it's totally fair.
Anthony wants to know, 1 QB league, drop Trey Lance or Cole Beasley for a kicker. He has Tannehill.
1 QB league.
I'm confused. Right? So you have to pick up a kicker, I'm assuming.
Has to start a kicker.
Yeah, so you have to drop one of these guys. Yeah, it's Cole Beasley for me. I know. Yeah, it's Cole Beasley for me.
It's Beasley for me. If you drafted Lance, it was like you drafted him to sit on your bench, knowing that the upside was later in the season. I'm dropping Beasley.
So my follow-up question for you, Anthony, where is Cole Beasley in your roster? What's the depth situation like? Like, do you need wide receiver? Because in that situation, I probably would just drop Lance in a 1 QB league because the upside's there, but you're also gonna have to wait a little bit. And it's a 1 QB league. It's not gonna be as important when you have Tannehill. Like, even if Trey Lance does do super well, it's gonna probably be tough picking between those two guys each week. I expect them both to have a good season. And so I might keep Cole Beasley there, just a skill position player, but it's also Cole Beasley. So if you're already set at wide receiver, then I would probably just keep Lance just in case he becomes he has a Lamar year.
K. Floyd wants to know, pick up Lev Bell and drop Sony Michel or keep Sony?
Oh, no.
You guys are undefeated.
Why did you do the show? Like, I haven't had time to process any of this stuff yet. I'm a Ravens fan over here, and I'm sad. I'm very sad.
These are definitely tough questions.
So we can just think about that real fast. Anthony came in and said Beasley's is wide receiver 6 after Chenault. Yes,
drop him. You're starting 3.
Yeah.
Either way, it probably doesn't matter. I'm probably dropping Cole.
Yeah, all these Tyson Williams questions, and we've had about 20 minutes to actually process that information. But
it's good. It's raw. They're getting the raw.
Lev Bell and Sony Michel, or keep Sony. Man, that one's close.
I go Lev Bell.
I think so too. I think what I'm looking at is what's the likelihood that each of these players is the lead back for their team, and I think it's much higher for Lev Bell than it is for Sony Michel.
After the Gus news, before the Gus news.
Sony.
Oh yeah, before the Gus news, I don't even want Lev Bell on my team, really.
Yeah,
I said that yesterday, right? Yesterday I said I'm not even picking up Lev Bell. But now the Gus is gone.
2 days ago. But
2 days ago. Yeah, I was not on the stream yesterday.
Yeah.
No, and honestly, when you brought that up, Simon, I was kind of against you. I was like, I see a word where he's valuable. And this is the world.
This is the world. The new day.
Found it. No! That's what I think about this world. Another Tyson Williams question. Drop Curtis Samuel for Tyson Williams.
That might be a little too far, even with the Curtis Samuel injury.
Even with the injury, I'm hyped about Curtis Samuel this year in that offense. So I'm keeping Curtis Samuel.
Yep.
Unless he's your 6th wide receiver behind LaVisca. Not even that.
Maybe. And he said he's starting to flex. Yeah. Yep. Drop the Beazles Neasels.
The Beazles. Oh man, so tough. Oh, I hate it.
And K. Floyd said you got a new follower. Thanks again.
Hey,
anytime.
Thanks for coming in.
We're going to be doing
questions.
office hours. Yeah, great questions, and keep them coming in following weeks. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday and Thursday after our daily stream, so around 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're not doing anything before that, we play games, fantasy football games on our channel at 3 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. So this follows that right after that. Breck has another question for us. Who should I put in RB2 and flex between CEH, DJ Moore, Mostert, Miles Sanders, and Marquise Brown? Full PPR.
CEH, DJ Moore, Mostert. Jeez.
So running back to CEH and your flex is DJ Moore. Easy.
Yeah. No. That's happened multiple times in the stream where I read the question and then I'm like, huh. And then I actually comprehend it. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to process it myself.
CEH and DJ Moore. Simon?
Well, Simon has weren't we talking about DJ Moore and Mostert? Were we comparing those two?
DJ Moore and Antonio Brown from Simon.
What we were talking about. I think I'm going CEH and DJ Moore as well. But it is close for Mostert with me. I'm excited about Mostert this week. I think he's an excellent start. You know what? CEH and Mostert. That's where I'm going. I really believe in Mostert this week.
It's going with his heart.
I'm going to send you so many trade offers for DJ Moore after this. Simon, you're just going to be inundated.
I know I'm lower on DJ Moore than I have been in a while, but I still love him. It's going to take a bit for me to trade DJ Moore away. Especially right now, I need to see what that offense looks like. So we will see.
Mostert would be my 3rd choice out of these guys. But it's definitely CH DJ Moore.
Unruly Dip said he is my 6th wideout in a 10
In a 10-man PPR league, you probably don't need 6 wide receivers. I'm just
How's
saying.
your running back situation?
Yeah, is it really bad?
And is
So
Curtis
that-
Samuel your worst wide receiver?
Out of those 6, yeah, that's and then Unruly Dip wants to know, how do you guys feel about Deebo Samuel this week?
I'm trying to stay away from him where I can. Like, you know, if it's like LaVisca versus Debo, it's definitely LaVisca. I don't know. Like, give me a guy to throw up against him, but like, I'm trying to avoid Deebo Samuel. I want to see how he's implemented into this offense.
Yep, I'm a bit of the receivers there. I'm more confident in Ayuk than I am in Debo this week, just because it's been a minute since we've seen it. But I'm fine starting, and it's a good matchup for the 49ers. If you need to start
willing
Debo,
to put him in there.
Yeah, like if you need to put him in there, it's no problem. But if it's avoidable, I am avoiding it. I agree with you, Josh.
Yeah, I have him
Just
as
to
a
see.
wide. I have him as a wide receiver too, a solid wide receiver too this week, and so I think he's
Wow.
that's about where you drafted him. It's a really solid matchup. The Lions in their favor. It's a decent over under 45. I think, yeah, I don't think the Lions are going to be able to really stop it. And to Simon's point, we haven't seen fully we haven't really seen much Debo in this offense. We've gotten like little peeksies of him, but from what we've seen, he's looked great. So I'm perfectly fine rolling him out. I would play him over LaVisca this week.
There you go.
LaVisca time, guys. Water bet. Do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be
All
so
right,
wet
all right.
next week.
Debo versus LaVisca water bet.
I really 180'd on the Debo Stan, my Debo Stanness over the offseason.
I'm writing this down. This is official. All right, we're doing
All
this.
right.
We're doing this on Monday if it happens.
Oh, I'm gonna be so wet.
You're gonna be so wet.
Maria said, "What are you all
PPR,
doing?"
Wait, first of all, PPR, right? Are we just assuming that?
Yeah.
You could choose if you want.
I
Don't
guess
say standard. That's all.
standard. Let's do standard. Even ground. Let's do half.
All right, half PPR. That's fine.
Wait, so what's the bet? It's Debo versus Visca?
Debo
in
versus
week one?
LaVisca.
Yeah.
Half PPR.
Yeah.
Can I get it on this? Adding a third player,
Sure.
Who's the third
Marvin
player?
Jones.
Derek
I
Carr.
want Marvin
I
Jones.
will allow Marvin Jones in on this too. So wait, do the
Okay.
two losers have to get wet?
Yep,
Like both
two
the losers?
losers.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm about
setting
it.
a
I'm
third
all
wrinkle
about it.
in here.
Her
I love
third
this.
runkle.
A third
All right,
uncle.
We got a
Let's throw Marvin Jones
three-way
in there.
water bet for week 1. Debo versus Chenault versus Marvin Jones. And Chenault's going to be the winner here.
And I will not drown myself in the bathtub this time whenever I lose.
Oh,
Please
God.
don't, man.
Maria said, "What are y'all doing?" We're doing office hours, fantasy football office hours. We're here for the people.
For the people.
Josh
So
is
welcome,
a TA this
Marty.
semester.
And I'm so sorry.
Oh
We
no, Marty!
traded for Gus this morning. That man,
Oh.
fantasy football's a bitch, ain't it? Just punches you in the nuts sometimes.
Oh my
Absolutely
God,
dominates you.
that sucks. I think I
Guys-
saw Ray GQ also just traded for him like minutes before the news broke.
I traded for him in my dynasty league like 2 weeks, in our dynasty league like 2 weeks ago, like right after the injury. I gave up probably too much for him. Well, now I know I gave up too much for him.
Yeah, you definitely did.
I gave Terrace Marshall for Gus Edwards.
Let's see.
Anthony said, for the record, cheat code. When Gus News broke, I dropped his kicker for Bell. Then it gave him time to process who I should actually cut for the kicker spot. It's like an
Yeah,
extra
he's
bench
actually
spot.
smart.
Cheat code. So if
like
you
that.
have
Okay,
open
wow.
waivers, that is a great move. You can jump in and just do that. I know some leagues do not have open waivers. They process the auction
Mhm.
every single morning. Unruly Dip letting us know his other receivers: Justin Jefferson, Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, Chase Claypool, and Curtis Samuel. Yeah, Curtis Samuel is your worst wide receiver for sure.
Oh yeah.
Then he also let us know the running back: CMC, Mixon,
But
Henderson.
he said he had 6 wide receiver. 1, 2, 3. That would be his 5th receiver.
Yeah, that's 5. So I guess maybe it is the 5th one.
Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
So does that make you change your answer? Would you drop Curtis Samuel for Tyson Williams now that you've seen his team a little bit more?
He doesn't
No.
have any other running backs. I mean,
CMC, Mixon, and
Mixon.
Henderson.
No.
I mean, like those are strong running backs, but like I would like more depth. I mean, it depends how many wide receivers you're starting and how many running backs you're starting. But if it's 2 wide receivers, let's just say in a world it's 2 wide receivers and 2 running backs, like I want more running back depth than wide receiver depth all day there. No
Just
doubt.
from a flex value, though, I don't know that. I have a hard time buying into Tyson Williams having more flex value than Curtis Samuel week to week. But I
mean,
could be wrong.
I could
We
see it.
just don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I don't see it as super likely, but it could be.
Yep, Jail. You know what? You saying that fully cemented my decision. I'm keeping Curtis Samuel anyways. Like Tyson Williams, you're hoping that maybe you can flex him. He's not going to take over for CMC or Mixon for you. And even if one of those guys goes down, it's likely going to be Henderson who fills in. Curtis Samuel could be a weekly flex play for you every single week this season as long as he's healthy. I'm keeping Curtis Samuel.
You have depth. You have depth. You're not really hurting at any one position. If let's say that you had only 2 of those running backs, I would maybe consider it. It still would be tough pill to swallow, but I would maybe consider it. But you have depth everywhere, so I'm fine with.
He's
Or
got
I would rather
Jarvis Landry and James Conner as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Jarvis Landry and Samuel are kind of on a similar playing field, I would say. And then Connor adds in our running back. So yeah, you could probably keep Curtis Samuel. I want to grab Bell and Tyson Williams though, just so you get him.
So Rendon made the play, picked him up, and now he's saying, "Now I'm trading him right now." Any good trades?
Rendon's quickly becoming one of my favorite people.
You are awesome. You're in here like,
Big
what should I?
giggle
And now
every
you
time
got him. You're like, okay, what's the next move? Let's do it. So what's the
Traders
next move?
trade him.
If someone's high on him, like if you can get anyone that's decent, like
Go whoever had Gus, go target them, see if they're tilting.
Like, why don't you pair Tyson Williams with like a lower end wide receiver and like try to shoot for like? Well, it depends what your team needs. I would probably like a Miles Gaskin. Hey, let's go, Miles Gaskin. That would be amazing if you're able to do something like that.
Tyson Williams paired with someone else for Gaskin, or you could even like Chase Edmonds is a name that you could target.
That's how you play fantasy. Take advantage of these swing moments where people are freaking out. They're seeing it all over Twitter. Gus Edwards hurt. Who will pick up Tyson Williams? Go capitalize on that. If you can be level-headed and get bird's eye view so that you're not getting too affected by this recency bias or anything like that, take advantage of it.
Throw an extra piece in there so you can get a Miles Gaskin, a Josh Jacobs, Chase Edmonds, maybe even a Kareem Hunt would be all like options for me that you could go target. One of those level
Kareem
of running
Hunt.
backs. These
guys know I don't like Kareem Hunt very much, but I'm all about
that. That would be awesome. Jay said, "You guys and freaking Miles Gaskin."
I love Miles Gaskin.
I hate Miles Gaskin.
He's gonna light it up, guys. Miles Gaskin season's coming up. Let's go.
Josh, I feel like everyone has to have like one average player they're obsessed with. And I realized this morning, like I have spent so much time the last month talking about Tyler Boyd. And I don't know when that happened, but I have all of us like, I'm a Tyler Boyd fanboy and I don't know when it happened. Like just all of a sudden I love Tyler Boyd. And it's happened very slowly. And I feel like he's my Miles Gaskin. Like you love Miles Gaskin. I love me some Tyler
Miles
Boyd.
Gaskin's set up for success, guys. He's going to be awesome this year. Success.
Who's my guy? I don't know.
Unruly Dips' outlook on Kyle Pitts this week.
Beasley, and I was going to flip my desk over.
Tell yours is Tyler Higbee.
Kyle Pitts, I think we're all just waiting to see what happens with Kyle Pitts this week. There's some people that are expecting everything. There's some people that are expecting nothing. I expect somewhere around. Look, I'll give you some stats right here. He's going to get 5 catches for 63 yards and 0.4 touchdowns.
Okay. All right. Water bet that?
No.
I like Kyle Pitts this week. I think he's a fine play. Let me ask you guys this: would you rather play LaVisca or Kyle Pitts this week?
LaVisca.
Kyle Pitts.
I would go Kyle Pitts.
LaVisca.
That's all I had. I just had the one comparison. I don't know.
What about Kyle Pitts or I got one for you guys.
CMC
or Chase Claypool?
Chase Claypool.
Who is Pittsburgh playing again?
Buffalo.
I would go Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts or Brandon Cooks, the only receiver in Houston.
Now you did it. Now you found it.
Now you done did it. Now you stepped in it.
For me, it's Kyle Pitts. I'll go Kyle Pitts there.
Beasley
Josh,
or Brandon
what's
Cooks,
funny
Josh?
is those players were right next to each other in their projections I'm looking at, so I literally just went down one player, and that was the line.
Well,
I was
how
your
much
question?
higher on Chase Claypool compared to like Brandon Cooks and LaVisca compared to Brandon Cooks? So.
Josh, Brandon Cooks or Cole Beasley
Brandon Cooks
this week? Brandon Cooks. All
Yeah.
right. We found
Brandon
the other
Cooks.
line.
What about Antonio Brown or Kyle Pitts?
Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Kyle
I think
Pitts.
I agree with you there. Jail's real high on Kyle Pitts this week. I think you'll get a top 5 finish from Kyle Pitts this week, but that doesn't mean a ton in the tight end landscape. He could score 12 points and be the tight end number 5 on the week. So, but that would be a great outing from your tight end. So I'm excited about Pitts overall. This is a decent matchup, but we'll just have to wait and see how they plan on using him in that offense.
Do I dare make 2 water bets in the same stream?
Do it.
Because I'm considering water betting Pitts and AB.
Okay, let's do it.
You two guys can do that one.
You'll
I'll
stay
say
out of
we
it.
can pay out water bets on office hours. That's a good time to pay out water
In my
bets.
office.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea.
Okay, John Luke, I'll take that water bet. AB versus Kyle Pitts, half PPR
Yeah.
or full?
No, full PPR.
Okay, full PPR.
I
AB
think
versus
that
Kyle
kinda helps
Pitts.
AB.
I'll take it.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't matter.
Let's
I don't
go
know why I
let's-
switched it.
Let's go full PPR then.
I think
I don't-
Pitts has more touchdown upside, while Brown has more.
Really,
reception
I would
upside,
have
in my
expected the other way. I think of Brown as like one of those big play receivers in that offense.
opinion. But Mike Evans and Gronk in the end zone.
Also there, yeah.
Yeah, and then
I think Pitts-
Atlanta, it's Pitts. I mean,
It's
there's
nobody.
Kevin Ridley. Don't get me wrong, Kevin Ridley can score.
Never heard of him.
Spicy. What's up, Spicy?
Spicy.
Welcome in.
Yeah, come on.
Just in time for us to wrap up our first office hour.
You
Spicy.
did it, buddy.
Now that you made it before the bell rang, so you know it counts attendance, but our office hours are coming to a close. Guys, a reminder, we will be doing this every Tuesday and Thursday right after our stream. So around 4:15 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, answering your questions live. If something like this happens, some breaking news, we'll be here to help you navigate the start sits and the waiver wire pickups as best we can.
You'll be so
And
wrong.
the
So
Discord link
wrong.
was just posted in the chat. If you have questions outside of this time period, which I know people do, I've got questions all the time. You can throw them in our Discord, and we'll gladly help you out in there. Give you our opinions, with which you can agree or disagree. You can fight us in the Discord if you want.
All right,
That's
quick.
the
One
best part.
more question. One more question, guys. It's easy for me. I know it's gonna be easy for Simon. But
you, Marty.
it's Rager or Marvin. It's Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones.
Yeah, it's Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones.
It's Marvin
And
Jones. I'm excited for Rager this season, but I'm not week one. I don't have those types of cojones.
Unruly Dip, thank you for the sub. And again, we'll be
Yeah,
here every
thank you.
Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to check out our game show, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, and Friday on FanDuels. On FanDuels. On FanDuels. 6 p.m.
this is-
Eastern time on FanDuel's channels where we're playing games as well. And now NFL Sunday. So if you want to get a recap of the early slates, the early slate of NFL games on Sunday, come kick it with us. We'll be talking about the games, recapping all the different games from a fantasy perspective on FanDuel.
That's at
And Josh
7
came more
p.m.
for this
Eastern
question, by
time.
the way.
Yeah, that's at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the FanDuel YouTube and Twitch channels. We'll be live, so come hang out with us there this Sunday. Ayuk or Moore? Wow,
DJ
wow,
Moore.
wee, wow. Josh, you
DJ
want to go
Moore.
first?
DJ Moore. DJ Moore.
Dale?
Do it.
You go first.
God.
Hey, I'll say something real fast. Trading
It's
makes
DJ
fantasy
Moore.
fun.
It's DJ Moore. You guys, you're right.
It's
You're
DJ
right.
Moore.
It's DJ Moore.
It's DJ Moore.
DJ
Ooh.
Moore.
Man, DJ Moore's hurt my feelings so bad that
I know.
but I
Get
love him.
over
I
it.
still love him.
Oh,
Give
I'm
him
gonna
a
make
second
something happen tonight.
Okay, guys, that is it for our first office hours. We'll be back live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time playing some more games. Then at 6 p.m. Eastern time on the FanDuel channel as well. Then after that, like JL said, Sunday at 7 p.m. Check us out on the FanDuel channel, recapping those days' games from a fantasy perspective. And then we'll be back live next Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern time.
We need to add more shows, I think.
I
Make
know.
this,
7 a week. 7 a week's
yeah.
not enough. Or no, I
Yeah.
guess now it's 9 a week if these are separate shows.
Yeah, we'll put it in the syllabus.
We need
Yeah,
more.
sorry. Check the syllabus, guys. We'll see you the next office hours.
The next
Adios,
up.
everyone.
Bye-bye.